Hello children, in this video we will be taking the chapter of macroeconomics, money and banking. So first of all I'll tell you about the money, what is money. The shortest definition of money has been given by Professor Walker, that is money is what money does. यानी कि anything will be money if it works the function of money. It works as a money. Suppose if we are able to purchase anything with this pen, then this pen will be called money. This is the definition given by the Professor Walker. This is the shortest definition of money. But this definition will not do only. We should study other definitions of money also. Like there is legal definition of money. Legal definition of money means the definition of money which is given legally. That is, anything will have general acceptability if the law proclaims it as money and it is endowed with the legal tender power. Means anything will be called money if the law has told that this is money. Suppose the law says that this is money, pen, this is money, then it means this is money and we will be able to purchase the things with the help of this pen. Second part of this definition is it should be endowed with the legal tender power. Legal tender power means it will have the power to sell and purchase legally. So legal tender power means it will have the power to discharge the debts. Means suppose you had taken the loan of 500 rupees from one person and you told him कि I don't have money, please take this watch. He can refuse it. He will say that no, I don't want your watch, I want money. So, but if you are paying your loan using this 500 rupees note, if you are giving 500 rupees back to him, then at that time he does not have any right to refuse it because it is a legal tender power. The government has said that this is money and there is the sign of governor. There is one note of the governor also that I promise to pay to the bearer of this note, etc. So that is called the legal tender power. So the legal definition of money is that anything will have general acceptability if the law proclaims it as money and it is endowed with the legal tender power. Second definition of money is the functional definition of money. Functional definition of money means anything, if anything works as money, that will be called money, whether it has been proclaimed as money by the government or not. Suppose in our community we are purchasing the things using the stones. We are purchasing the things using the animal skins, animals bones, etc. जैसे कि in tribal communities they don't have the money. Generally they use animal skins, pearls, animal bones, etc. to purchase the goods. So that is money. The law has not proclaimed it as the money. So functional definition of money means anything will have general acceptability if it is accepted as money, no matter what its legal status is. Whether the legal status is nothing, the stone, pearls, etc., animal skin, they don't have any legal status, but they are used in some communities of the remote areas to sell and purchase the goods. Next thing, Earlier we used to have the barter system when the money was not there. Barter system means exchange of goods for goods without using the money. In most of the parts of the country, our country is this system is still is prevailing. So exchange of goods for goods without involving the money, that is the barter system. And the community, the economy in which the barter system exists till now, that community is known as, that economy is known as CC economy. C for cat. CC economy, that is commodity for commodity economy. Earlier, when barter system was there, we had some problems. Like we had the problems of lack of double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants means the mutual agreement, mutual fulfillment of the wants. I have rice, I want wheat. You have wheat, you want rice. So our mutual wants can be fulfilled. So this is called the double coincidence of wants. But in barter system, sometimes many times, rather we can say, it faced problem. I have wheat, you have rice. I want rice, but you don't want wheat. You want, suppose, tea. So both of us will find any person who has tea and we will take the wheat from me, and then the circle will be completed. Suppose we got the person who has tea, but he still does not want to have the wheat. He wants to purchase cotton. Then three of us will go and search any person who has cotton and he wants to have the wheat from me. Then this circle will be completed. So it involved a huge search cost at that time. Now we will talk about different types of money in this video. First is the fiat money. F-I-A-T, fiat money. Fiat means order. Anything which works as money on the order of the government is called fiat money. Like, for example, all the paper currencies and all the token coins. These are the fiat money, because all the paper currency, 100 rupees note, 50 rupees note, 10 rupees note, 500 rupees note, 2000 rupees note, etc. They are working as money, working as legal tender, because there is the sign of governor on these. On the token coins also, we see the national emblem on the coins. So this money is called the fiat money. Other than this is the fiduciary money or optional money. These are the money which are not working as money on the order of the money, but they are working as money on the trust we have, like the checks, like the demand deposits, like the credit cards, etc. I will accept the check from any person if I have the trust on him. If I don't have the trust on him, I will not accept the check given by him. Suppose I go to Delhi and I want to give the check in return of the goods and services I purchased. That shopkeeper will not accept the check from me because he does not have the trust on me. The person will accept the check only if I have the trust. This type of money is called the fiduciary money. Next thing is the full-bodied money. Full-bodied money means, these are important questions, short questions. Full-bodied money means the money whose money value and the value of the commodity of which the money is made, that should be both same. For example, if any gold coin is there, that gold coin has 10 grams of gold. So suppose 10 grams of gold has the value in the market of 30,000 rupees. So when we go to purchase the goods from one coin of 10 grams, we will be able to purchase the goods of worth rupees 30,000. And suppose we break it into pieces, the coin, and make it gold, and we want to sell the gold in the market. So 10 grams gold, that is worth rupees 30,000, we will get 30,000. So the commodity value of the gold, 10 grams gold is 30, and the value of money as a gold coin is also 30. So both the sames are same. So then that is called the full bodied money. But in some cases, like the currency notes, 500 rupees note, 2000 rupees note, etc., when we purchase the goods, we will get the goods worth rupees 2000 with the rupees 2000, then 2 rupees 200 to 2000 rupees note. And if we tear it into pieces and we want to purchase something, then its commodity value, paper value, is nil, nothing. So if that money whose money value is more than the commodity value of which it is made, then that type of money is called the credit money. So in this video we have talked about these questions. In next video we will be talking some other short questions. Till then, goodbye.